Like everyone's, you're on fire. And she's like, I know. Like, you're actually on fire. I know. Hello everybody and welcome to Monkey Pixels. My name is Damien Cooper and this video is all about our last shoot with Zoya, the Bulgarian Djane. So as always, the link is in the description below. Go check it out before you watch this video and then come back here to watch the behind the scenes.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
So, Zoya is a Bulgarian DJ and she needed a video for the upcoming festival season she wants to send out to promoters. And apparently this is very urgent. She already had a shoot with another videographer, but she really wasn't satisfied. So we started texting on Monday, we sealed the deal on Tuesday, she flew to Vienna on Friday, we shot the entire thing on Saturday, and she flew back to Sofia on Monday with a finished video in her pocket. So since everything was really spontaneous, we came up with the whole script only a couple days in advance. So initially I wanted to have a story with a voiceover to really focus on her, but she rather have it to have really polished and just focus on her DJing. Our idea of the story was she's coming back from the location she just played the set at. So she's walking around the city and then we go right into her apartment where she's watching the video of her just playing at the location, then diving right into there and see her for the rest of the video just DJing at this secret location.
Kings and kingdoms that we couldn't imagine. Oh, travel down this yellow brick road for an ounce of gold. The Wizard of Oz.
So we started at the apartment where we shot the scene where she's sitting in front of the laptop watching her set being played. Since we started shooting early afternoon, there was a lot of sunlight coming into the room, so we had to block that out. Fortunately, we brought a really big black backdrop, that's a really crazy combination of words, to block out all the sunlight that came in, to have it mimic being shot at night. And the second thing we did was we wanted to track the video, but we haven't really shot the video yet. If that was a 2-day shoot, I would have scheduled the video shoot where she's at the location first, then edit this video and just have it overlay directly into the screen, because that would look the most realistic. So since we didn't have that luxury and we started shooting at the apartment, we needed to recreate that and just edit in post. So initially our thought was to just use a green screen and then replace it with a finished video. We realized after that we didn't even have to do that and that having a green screen with markers even brought up more problems than it actually solved. So if we had to do it again, we would have just tracked the laptop screen with a blank image or just basically having it black. So then we could overlay the video and just lower the opacity a little so that it would look more natural. So now that we did use the green screen, we had a little bit of spill onto her face, so we needed to lower that, and then I just edited in post where we just reduced the green in post-production. So it's always a good thing when you're on set, if you have the time, to just have the client watch back the footage, because sometimes it happens to us that I really like a shot and then the client looks at it and we just look at it from different perspectives, because I maybe look at the focus, the light and the whole framing of the shot, but she's just looking at something that she didn't like about her shoes or something that I would never catch because I'm not in her shoes, quite literally. So it's always a good thing to have her look back the footage, so then we can also make some changes according to the client, if you have the time, that is. So we didn't really shoot anything chronologically, so it's always a good thing to have at least a little bit of a shot list, because then you know what to shoot when you're trying to do transitions from one scene to the other. For example, the first scene in the video where she's walking around, I wanted to have it pan down and then just transition into the second scene in the apartment. Since we started in the apartment scene, I needed to have it start the way I wanted to have the other scene end. So scripting it in the beginning is always a really good thing.
Why do you walk funny?
Because it's a ninja walk. So, as you've seen in our last video, and if you haven't seen it, check it out right here. I think it pops up somewhere on the screen. Initially, we wanted to shoot a hyperlapse like we did in our last videos.
So what are we doing now?
I'm rebalancing the gimbal for the 16 to 35 because we wanted to shoot a hyperlapse on it, and the 24mm just didn't capture the entire building. So now in the freezing cold on the gimbal, on the Ronin, I'm trying to rebalance it, and I hate doing that because the Ronin is just the worst. put it in one setting with one lens and it's fine, but if you have to switch anything, it's a nightmare. And this is why we didn't really use it in the end. I was trying to put the Ronin into some kind of lock mode by switching off the pan smooth track, but for some reason it didn't work. It kept moving to the side. So that was kind of annoying and I don't know why it happened. So now I was just filming freestyle and I hope it's not too jittery. It didn't really work out with the Ronin. I wanted to put it in lock mode, but for some reason it kept moving, so we couldn't really use the footage. Plus, for some reason, the location didn't light up the way we wanted it to be, so we didn't end up using the hyperlapse we shot at the day anyway. So after we were done with our hyperlapse and it turned night, we started shooting her walking around the location, did a little bit of close-up shots, as well as just her walking around. So arriving at our final location, the first thing we needed to do is to place her where she's actually going to play her set. So we placed her right in the middle where we had this cool beam and this event rig right behind her. So that looked pretty cool. So I already knew that I wanted to have a club-like feeling, which we wanted to portray with a red light coming from above as well as a fill light in blue from the side. So after mixing around a little, we've figured that just having the red and the blue light, it was just way too contrasty and you couldn't really see her face. So what we did then, we set up a third light as a filler light in just regular white lights to at least have a little bit of skin tones in there. It took us about half an hour or up to 45 minutes to find the right mixture of red and blue and white and the locations as well as setting up the black backdrop to not have it spill on the background too much. But after 45 minutes roughly, I was really satisfied with the results and then we could start shooting.
Why are you lying on the ground?
Because it's better for the action.
So as for the smoke, there was the choice of just using a regular fog machine, but we wanted to go a little bit overboard, so we bought these smoke bombs. I thought actually the location was a little bit bigger, so the smoke really filled up everything. And the first try, it just went up behind her and didn't really spill all around her, which we were intending in the first place. So the second idea was to have our PA just lay behind her and just smoke into her direction, which looked way better, but then was way too much. And I couldn't even focus, I couldn't see anything because everything was just smoke. So for the third and final shot, we had Belle as well as him sitting on either side of her and smoking towards her in the middle. And that was actually the best take we could get, because then it was just surrounding her from all angles and not really directing towards the camera, so I was able to shoot. So all in all, it was really short notice, but it was a fun shoot and I think we made the best out of it. And since I think this 30-minute set was even more important for her, because that is what she's actually going to send out to promoters, because they want to see her mixing in real life and not just seeing a fictional video. So the fictional promo video was more for her general social media promotion and everything, and the 30-minute set was to send out to the actual promoters to get her jobs on festivals. And I think overall she was really satisfied, and that is basically everything that counts. And I was satisfied too. I mean, obviously if we had more time to prep everything with a bigger crowd, maybe a better location, although the location turned out pretty well, we could have done a better job, but for 5 days notice, I think we did all right. So if you want to check her and her work out, her Instagram as well as her Facebook page and her YouTube channels is linked in the description below, so just check her out and drop a like or two. So since I really wasn't satisfied with the Ronin on this set, I'm really looking forward to our full review of the C200 on the Xeon Crane 2, which is going up on this YouTube channel next week. So we might actually replace our Ronin with the Crane 2 altogether. So subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see this one and other behind the scenes and making ofs, and drop a like and maybe even share it with your friends. My name is Damien Cooper and this is Monkey Pixel.